Hey, what's good with the YouTube, man? It's your boy Rojo from a Convicts perspective, joined as always by my friend, my homie, the big man Flacco in the flesh. We're smashing and dashing, sliding on through with a little bit of energy. Hey, why not? Just a little bit. Well, I got a lot today for some reason. I don't know, JCat, I don't know. So check it out, man. As much as we don't like to discuss certain things, man, we felt we had to bring this one up again because of what was said, what went down, how it went down, and whatnot. But another whack 100 and Trace. Now I'm just as tired of it as you are, but this one was a trip, dude, and it's got some weird stuff popping off in this one, man. Politics, streets, business, Rasa, Pyrus. Man, what do you think about that last one, Flacco?
Well, the other rapper Hazard that did a little, I guess you could call it a diss track. He jumped in there too, man.
I like that track too. That was pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. He's a convict. He's a convict, bro, and he presented himself pretty respectful in the whole ordeal, right? You know, Wack 100's demeanor the last two times he's been in the rooms with any of these individuals has been a little bit less aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He's been able to make his point a little bit better. I don't know what it was the first time why he went off on Do So Bad, but you know, in this interview, there's a couple things, you know, I'm going to be unbiased, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess with you guys because of what is associated with it. We already know the big homies. The first interview, though, he got a little bit too picky, and he brings that up, man, and he brings up how Thresh kept on poking at it, man. A little bit of a point to that, bro. There was a little bit of that, man. And I don't know if that provoked him. He was having a bad day. But the Chile con Papas comment came up again, bro, of course, man. And the response on that from him was, man, from Wack was this. It was, like, he wasn't trying to be racial with that remark he said. You know what I mean? Mexican, go to the Mexican channels. Basically what he's saying. This is a black channel. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit different layers to that, man. And he's very, okay, when he wants to present his case, bro, he's not bad at doing it, bro. Because he made some key points, man, that you have to sit there and agree to a certain extent, man. I still think the overtones of that comment was racially based. You know what I mean? But he did kind of come up back and try to clean it up a little bit, saying that if I wanted to disrespect any race, just as you guys know the words to disrespect us, I know the words to disrespect you guys. You know what I mean? The rapper Big Hazard said, nah, he didn't take that remark as a racial issue. Hazard's issue was this, you know what I'm saying? Just like he did in his rap. If you're going to talk street politics, prison politics, and all that, prison politics, first and foremost, don't always dictate legitimate money ventures. You know what I mean? Or even illegal ventures, because there's times out there where Southsiders are dealing with Crips and Bloods, and they're doing business on a high level. That's happened. You could have war on the streets and still do business transactions out there. It's been going on like that for years. Okay, he made that point. Okay. The other point that he made was about 6ix9ine, of course. If you're gonna be pushing street politics or prison politics, then why the hell were you interviewing with this dude? Which are all valid points. You can't have, okay, it's like you're contradicting what you're saying. If you're gonna be about this lifestyle, be about this business and associate with this politics, not only are you dealing with this guy, Tekashi 6ix9ine, but he's the same guy that threw your people the Da moves. Even though they're from New York, you guys are still associated under the bus. And that was Big Hazard's complaint. And Big Hazard tried to go into it saying, well, you know what I mean? I've been on level 4 yards, no Crips, no Bloods will accept it. And fucking Wack 100 came back and said, how do you know what we accept? Good point. It's not your business or politics, man. And so I took a step back, man. I listened to the whole thing, man. Tres called out Wack 100 for a fade. You know what I mean? Wack 100 said he'll beat the brakes. Pretty much told me to beat the brakes off him, but, you know, Tres is willing to go there, man. But, you know, taking a step back from a convict's perspective and the life that we lived and the things that we were associated with, a lot of this stuff, personally, man, it's been aired on there once or twice, 3 times now, man. And I get it. You know, everybody's trying to get that bag. They're trying to get that clout. And it's working for both of them because both sides are all getting this attention. But when you cross certain boundaries, when you say, look, man, these issues don't have to be aired on a clubhouse show. It doesn't have to be aired all over YouTube, because then you're going to have channels just like us picking up on it. And we're going to do our whole perspective and views on it because it's a hot topic now.
Yeah, we got to stay more relevant with the times, man, and you know, show our perspective. Obviously, we're not just a couple old geezers. You know what I mean? We pay attention to what's going on. What I noticed, man, was when Wack said that that wasn't necessarily a racial statement. I beg to differ. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know his intent. I don't know anything like that. He might have thought it was a joke. Okay, I disagree, but it is what it is. But the homie countered with, "What if I said chicken and watermelon?" And immediately everybody in that room says, "Oh, see, that's what's on your mind. That's what's in your heart. You know, that's racist." Well, if that's the first thing you assume when somebody mentions cuisine of a particular ethnicity's, you know, flavor, how come it's not reversed? You know, you say chili con papas, you know, what are you trying to say, man? We can't have a burger, bro? You know, we can't have fried chicken. You know, you're trying to put people in a box, you know, so, and right in the back, and then he goes into, you know, you coming all
people,
in
your
this,
people.
You're coming all in this black room with, you know,
Yeah.
mostly black people. Well, I thought it wasn't about race, Wack. You know, that's the one thing that I have with it. It's like you're trying so hard to distance yourself because you probably know, even if you didn't mean offense by that, that people took it as offensive and you're trying to clean it up. You don't clean it up and then wash right into a, this is a black room with nothing but black people. Why don't you go do your own room and this and that? Bro, we're talking about music, bro. I thought we were talking, I thought this whole thing was talking about music and stuff, and it turned into this whole other thing, you know. And the one thing I didn't like, you know, I respect him for it, but a public call out, you know what I mean, about pull through, slide through, man, 150 people on YouTube are making videos about this shit. Every cops are on the way to work that are hip hop fans listening to this shit. Everybody knows that there's probably beef. If anything happens to either guy in real life, what's going to happen? The sheriff's department, the damn Department of Justice, they're gonna be knocking on doors, bro. You don't do that. You know, hey, I give him props for telling dude to pull up. That's a big boy. You know what I mean? But hey, he's representing. He's like, well, you know what? I'm tired of all this arguing. It shouldn't have never went there. And one other thing I don't understand is, why are they still talking about it? Obviously, you're not going to come to some mutual agreement and be like, oh, I see your point. I see your point. Let's get together and have a barbecue. Man, there's too much shit being talked. You know what I mean? Like, why keep going into that damn room though? Man, fuck that room. I'd stay the hell out of there.
But I've been watching this channel a little bit, man. They've been, it's not just that they're having Thresh and Big Hazard on there. They had a Blood from New York, a Blood from LA. A Blood from New York was calling them out, man, fucking going in on them, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You especially about that situation with 6ix9ine, man. So it's, if you go onto that channel, you got him arguing with 40 Glock. You got all these different people in the hip hop culture. All they go on there doing is they argue and they talk over each other. It's not okay. You know, I get, you know, our lives get kind of cracking sometimes. We get a bunch of people. Sometimes people over talk a little too much because they're not paying attention to what people are saying and they want to hear themselves talk sometimes. It is what it is. But for the most part, there's not disrespect occurring within, you know what I'm saying, our big panels. We have 6 people, 8 people, 10 people on there, man. And when we give someone time to talk, man, we mute the microphones if people are talking too much. Yeah. You know, so I'm watching these videos, right? And some of them are kind of entertaining, to be honest. It's called, you know, the Clubhouse, you know, and it's not just, it seems like this drama is what sells. And it seems like there's a selling point here, man, because it does, man. People don't want to hear that about positivity. They want to hear 2 grown men talking shit over the internet, over the phone. People thrive on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, bro. I agree. The only way to handle that, you know, would be to either talk on the phone, meet up, or have one of those damn, you know, just like me and you are doing right now. There's 2 men talking. We're taking turns. We're sharing our perspective. You can't have other people in the back saying things because that's going to reflect on whatever party they're supporting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, say me, you, and Gunner and whoever are in one spot and we're arguing with Mike. What you and Gunner say while I'm arguing with Mike is kind of going to reflect on my stance. Whether that's accurate or not, probably not. But
you got a lot of cheerleaders, bro.
Because there's other people in the background. This is a black room. Take your ass. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. A black room? How is that not hinting at race? You know, what if we had an all Caucasian panel and there was a brother in here you know, trying to make his point. We're like, hey, this is a white room. Oh my God, can you imagine? So whereas you think things aren't about race, race keeps coming up.
Yeah.
You know, in politics and all that shit, bro. Come on, bro. I've been in these union jobs with 20 Sureños, 2 homies. I've been in union jobs with 15 homies, 3 Sureños. You know what's not happening at work? Me. You know what we're doing? We're building shit. That's livelihood. That has nothing to do with politics, bro. Politics is I'll catch you, you know, driving down 3rd Street and do something to you. It's not at the job supporting your family.
I will say for the most part though, man, he's you know, if I'm gonna keep it 100, Wack 100's toned it down a little bit. He's right, bro. What he said, well, he's right on this aspect. Okay, take all the derogatory remarks, take out the aggression, and how he can kind of try to seem like a fucking jackass or an asshole a little bit or too aggressive. His point about I do not want to associate with what is behind you. I get that point. You know what I'm saying? He has every right, and there's a reason behind that.
Sure.
It's self-justified, and he keeps on making that point, and everybody else is bringing up the race, and then he goes into the racial part too, as well. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to him talk, right, not just to people say, okay, well, yeah, he was fucking getting that threats in an aggressive manner. He was. As grown men, me and you, we wouldn't deal with someone face to face that was talking to us in any form or fashion like that, bro. We're gonna get off on the spot, bro. Period. But if you listen to all these other, you know what I mean, interviews and panel discussions that they have, that's how these panels, that's how they are talking to each other. He talks to everybody like that. And people talk smack to him back. You know what I mean? They'll have issues, conflict, and then it's diffused. Like once they get into the same page, everything's diffused. So people got to understand that just because one particular group that aligns with this, that's of Mexican descent, you know what I mean, doesn't interact like, you know what I mean, these particular group that are of African descent, that's their mix. I think that's a key point that people are missing here. This is not only how he's treating Mexicans, this is how he's treating his own people as well. The people he keeps on mentioning, because he likes to hear himself talk. He likes to make his point, and he likes to argue. I mean, he'll go at it with someone all day. So I think people need to take that, understand that he's not treating Tress any different than the people that are on that panel.
Yeah,
if he doesn't like it, he's telling you to F off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said, I think that what's been said has been said. It needs to stop. I don't know why it keeps on coming up, man. Is this a marketing tool? You know what I mean? Is everybody chasing that bag? Is this like, you know, let's help each other? I don't know.
They might have an agreement we don't know about, man. Because it's weird to me that I wouldn't keep, you know, even if you meant it or didn't mean it. If I feel disrespected one time, we're done talking. We'll talk about it when we meet up. You know what I'm saying?
All due respect to the youngster, all respect to the youngster Thresh. You know what I mean? He seems like a good dude, whatever. He's down for his and all that. You could tell the difference between him and Big Hazard when it came to understanding the prison politics and the experience a little bit more. And you could see that in the demeanor of how Big Hazard was able to carry himself in the conversation. Not that Thresh did anything wrong at all, right? But you know what I mean? Big Hazard had the experience in what he was talking about as far as being on the level 4 guards, understanding the politics and all that. Thresh is kind of new to this. I don't know if he's ever been to jail or prison or any of that stuff. I don't know. So I could see a little bit of difference as far as in the way things were addressed when he was talking to Wack 100. He was able to make his key points in the discussion. You know what I mean? Thresh told him straight up though, catch that fade though. Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Let these dudes get at it. You know what I mean? You know, my only issue with that, like you said, bro, is keep that off social media. And is it really that serious? You know what I mean? Is it really that serious? Do you know? I mean, it's gotten to this extent to where there's 80 videos on this subject, man. And here at Convicts Perspective, we're trying to give you, you know what I'm saying, a real view of how things do work from an outsider's view that was involved in prison politics, that was involved in street politics, but was not involved in these particular groups. But we had interactions with all these groups. We have a clear understanding, as opposed to some individuals that they may have been on a level 3, level 4 guard. They were never running no prison. You know what I'm saying? They were never holding key positions. They never had no status within their rank and file of whatever group they were part of. We lived that life. So we can kind of take a step back. And the first thing that for me, when I've discussed this with Ro, is like, man, I thought it was bad enough that me and you were talking about this stuff on YouTube, right? But we're not active no more. These guys are, man, they you know what I mean, they're going full force active. A lot of this stuff doesn't really need to be discussed because then you got channels like ours, like Gunners and everybody else's, that are going to address this in the public platform because these are things that people want to talk about. People feed off the drama, and here you are. You have a big issue, and I watch all kinds of different channels, man, and I flip flop on this whole subject because I can watch this channel and they make key points, and then I can watch this channel and they make key points. You know what I mean? The best way for them to deal with this moving forward is just don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? If people feel that offended by what Wack 100 said, then don't support his artist, don't support his label, and become self-independent, because that's the key thing with any of these groups, whether you're African-American, Mexican, Asian, white, whatever, is all these groups, when you start to align and it becomes racial, what ends up happening is you have to become self-supportive within your own people. Because a lot of times the world, even though people may not be prejudiced, right? They may be have a little bit of racism for their race. They may want to help their own kind. Don't misread this comment. Whether you're black, white, Mexican, they may want to help their own kind as opposed to other races. You see that all the time when you go to a particular job. You could be Mexican descent, but be a Chicano, and then go to a construction site where it's ran by a lot of bices. A new bicycle comes up. A lot of times that new bicycle is going to be put in a position ahead of this Chicano. You know what I'm saying? You see all that stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference between being prejudiced and having a little bit of proactive within your own race.
Yeah, that's more like tribalism than any kind of racism.
It happens. It's the reality of this world. You know what I mean? Unless you get to a certain part of life making this type of money and you disassociate yourself from all this stuff. If you're a regular John Doe living in whatever world, you're not worried about none of that. But when you start to get into the mainstream mainline of things like music and stuff like that, music does to a certain extent become racial. People are going to take care of their own unless it self-serves them. Yeah. And being that music has to do with the streets, right? Especially in California, those streets are not associated without those prison organizations behind them, period. So that's going to limit those that are going to want to mess with you. That's why it's important, if you're an artist and you're not affiliated, whatever it is, it's better to become independent and self-supportive in your own actions. And that's what Big Hatcher said. Blow your own stuff up. And if they come knocking and it's right for you, then you sign. But looking to get signed or go anywhere else, it's not going to happen. Self-supportive means you become able to take care of your own. You know what I mean? And work within your own collective of those that you associate with. You know what I mean? We're away from that lifestyle now. We don't look at no color. We don't look at the color green now. I mean, but too often when people put color barriers within this, that color green starts to get a lot more smaller than it could be.
I got a question for you, man. In your opinion, bro, and let's just keep it 100 here. Do you think that this might just be a way to blow each other up? Because it seems like it just keeps going on, and it's in the news every day on all the hip hop channels, on all the YouTube channels, on every little form of social media can be. The hottest ticket right now, Wack 100 and Tres.
Well, he's lost a lot of his artists, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think that each time it comes in, I think that in some instances, they're hoping to get a different result. But what you're seeing here is what the word insanity. You know what I'm saying? You're expecting different result, but you're doing the same thing over and over again, and we're seeing no improvement, no advancement in this issue. So it's pretty much better that they just cut their ties and do themselves. You know what I mean? Either people are going to support Wack 100 or they're not. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that, bro. But I mean,
they've got their publicity. They've got their shine out of this.
I mean, he got his shine when he was on with 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? And Thresh and Big Hatcher, they got their shine off this too, bro. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be, even without getting a signing, just having these conversations and plugged in have helped each other, man.
Yeah, people have been like, man, who's this guy? Gone back and listened to the music, downloaded the music. You know, he's a big name now. Whereas, you know, before this happened, he had a following. But man, this is all kinds of free publicity, and that's what you got to wonder about with this whole social media, these beefs, these things that artists and entertainers and you know, social media people do. Is it real, or is it, man, do you keep feeding real animosity, or do you keep chasing the bag? Man, it's a really hard one to call anytime that this shit happens, you know?
You know what? Ego gets in the way of all these people, man. We see it all the time with different people in different walks of life, bro. People get affected with their ego and they allow that to cloud their judgment. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, they do things they act haste. You know what I mean? They overreact to things. You know what I mean? And it becomes counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? This incident right now, there's a lot of attention, man. Everybody's looking at it. You know what I mean? There's people all have an opinion on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Norteños on here comment saying that, you know what, he did nothing wrong. He supported the Norteños. I don't see nothing wrong with the Chile con Papas comment. You have some that do. You know what I'm saying? You have some Africanos that will come on here, or Black Americans, whatever affiliation they're from, whether civilians, Crips, Bloods, or Bay Area cats or SAC cats. They come on here. They straight agree with our stance that we feel that was racial overtones. Some of them feel no, there wasn't no racial overtones. And so you get this back and forth dialogue that comes in with people from different opinions, and you're not seeing a solution to the matter. And that's the only thing that I have to say to everyone on this whole issue. I mean, if you can't find a solution, don't be part of the problem, because this has triggered a lot of stuff out there, man, and you don't know what the end results could be.
Yeah, man. I mean, real easy, man. And where both of those guys come from, their hoods, you know, their affiliations, they're serious people. You know what I mean? They're with the business on both sides. You know, and it could be, you know, even if it's not even that big of a deal, you know, if now they're just maybe in it for a little bit of publicity, whatever the case might be, who knows? We don't know for sure the motives. We're not them individuals, but man, there could be people from their respective affiliations that might see this shit a whole different way, like way more serious than it is, you know? So that's why I don't understand why there's a new video every day. It's like,
you know what I don't understand, man? You know what I mean? Those about that action, those about that life, they're not going to be on there fucking talking about it. You know what I mean? They're not. They're going to be in the shadows, and they're going to be watching. Real ones creep. They got nothing to say. That's why I never take any of the fucking trolling and fucking all the comments, or I never can take none of that serious, because you know what I'm saying? And I look at the same with this, man. If you're really about that business, then you have no business being on this public platform, exposing all your business, your politics, your lifestyle. But to each its own. That's the one thing that I've learned after years of being in that life, is whatever discipline, expectations, mandates, whatever that's been set forth by the group that I aligned with in my past, I cannot put those same expectations on other groups. And that's where these groups get into conflict. You can't put what you expect on a Blood, what you would expect with a Crip. You can't expect what you expect with Sureños to expect that in a Blood or a Norteño. Everyone lives by their own rules of conduct, period.
Yeah, their own code, yeah.
Their own code, bro, and no one has any say-so over that. It's not your fucking business. And that's the one part where I agree with Wack 100 when he brings that up. This is my business. This is what we believe in. This is what I do. This is where my stance is from my experience. And we leave it at that.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, as much as I don't like doing these videos, man, you know it, Gunner knows it, I don't like touching on, you know, drama. It annoys me, bro. Giving it, you know, more airplay to me is just adding fuel to a fire that doesn't need to burn anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why don't we do this, Rojo? What's the solution here? What is the solution for these men?
The solution is agree to disagree, bro. Go about your respective ways and stop talking, you know, stop talking negative, you know, with you know, them tough guy vibes. You know what I mean? There's no reason for all that, man. You know, there's a, you know, with the propensity for violence in any situation that involve any kind of group factions, and let that go, bro. You know what I mean? It's a loaded gun. It ain't that serious. Get your bag, focus on what you were focused on before this stuff started. And that was trying to get out there, get the bag, you know, sign some new artists, get signed, whatever the case might be. It all involves the bag, bro. You know what I mean? Let's go back to chasing that bag and just agree to disagree, bro, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, the first time I went on there, he talked crazy to me, I'd have been like, all right. You know, and I'm not one to hunt you, bro, but if I see you, you know, hey, what was that you were saying? Remember on the damn show? You know, that's just me, bro. I'm not going to move. You know, like you said about the trolls, they're not impressive. There's always going to be people trolling situations on our lives, on this thing, that are going to keep trying to breed that damn drama with little comments. Comments will come up in the chat. You say the comment, just mentioning the comment and acknowledging it could start off a whole nother fucking round of this stuff, bro. You know, people in the room, blah, 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 blah. Man, this is between two grown ass men. You know what I mean? Let them figure it out. Your opinion doesn't matter. It's not, you know, the homie D, you know, in cooperation with Wack 100, or it's not the homie such and such in cooperation with Trace. This is two men trying to figure something out, bro. I think it's I don't think there's anything positive that can come from it. I would agree to just disagree and stop communicating,
Keep
bro.
pushing.
Yeah,
Keep it
bro. There's
pushing.
nothing else to talk about. You said how you feel, I said how I feel. These things butt heads. They don't come together. They're butting heads. If it can't come together, man, you tried it 4 or 5 times, you know, to say each point of view. They don't line up with each other. Time to bounce.
Yeah, I
Get
agree.
on down the road, bro. It's gonna if it keeps going and going, it's gonna result in some bullshit.
Yeah,
If it hasn't already, you know, you don't know
true.
little things that happen that could be like, hey, well, let's get that fool because he said this, or on that show, man. People are weird, bro. People take social media, entertainers, artists, you know, athletes, they take everything they say as extremely more relevant than somebody else just because they're on a platform where they're seen and heard. When in all reality, those are just two men with
I agree.
different opinions, bro. You know, everything. Oh, did you hear what Jake Paul said? Bro, did you hear what Dave Johnson next door said? Like, I mean, they're both men, bro, with a brain and a mouth, bro. Like, it's not that serious, bro. I don't know. I've never been that bandwagon type. Oh, that's such and such. Man, I don't care who that is, bro. We use the bathroom the same way. We make kids the same way. We pay bills the same way. He's no more important than anybody else, man. And allowing somebody who earns their living, you know, in entertainment to dictate your personal thoughts, man, you're not on the right track in life, bro. Just me.
I agree.
I don't know. That's my perspective because I offer perspectives. But to me, they're just two men, bro. And if you can't work something out with another man, don't fuck with that man no more. Or handle your business. One of the two, but definitely don't do it on the internet.
You know what, though? Let me ask you some one final question. Do you think his stance of the reason why he wouldn't mess with any Southsiders kind of gives respect to that collective behind him? That he doesn't want to get crossed up in no business dealings because of that? Do you think he's playing a smart move because he knows how dangerous it can get?
Okay, I get that. That's his personal opinion, and I have no problem with anybody's personal opinion. I might, you know, agree with it. I might disagree with this one. I mean, man, if I'm playing like I'm still active, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing business with the group that I've had issues with, my people have had issues with, whatnot. I would probably tend not to do business with them either.
Yeah.
But that would just be straight up. I wouldn't be disrespectful. I'd be like, oh man, I'm not really interested right now. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? I wish you the best of luck. And that'd be a done deal. I wouldn't go out of my way to make more of a potentially volatile situation. You know, that's, you know, getting along in life, man, requires you to sometimes, you know, choke on your words or keep, you know what I'm saying, to refrain from saying certain things that you might
Take
feel.
the higher road as opposed to how you may be
Yeah,
feeling
bro.
inside.
Hey, if I have a problem with you, bro, you will never know. You'll never know. I'm not going to be like, all right, I'm coming through. Man, I'm just going to be there. You know what I'm saying? All the wolfing and stuff, bro, all that does is give somebody else an opportunity to preemptive strike, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if I don't like you, you won't know. I'll be like, hey, what's up, bro? And I'll deal with you when the situation arises where I feel like I can accomplish what I want to accomplish with my animosity. You know what I mean? Like all the wolfing and stuff, bro, it's a bad look, bro. You know what I mean? It's just everybody in fucking the United States knows these fools ain't getting along. You know what I mean? Like as soon as I found out somebody wasn't interested for whatever reason, even if they throw some disrespect, I'd be like, oh, okay, hey man, I appreciate your time. I'm gone. My shit's cut off. Now, if I feel some type of way about it, maybe I'll respond. You know what I mean? Or 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, that fool. That's a done deal. That's how you got to be as a
They're
grown
using some
man,
harsh
bro.
words, though, bro.
Especially
Calling
with
each
the
other
amount of
liars.
bags that are
Yeah.
on the dude. This beef right here has got not only Wack and Trace a lot of exposure. Man, YouTube's blown up off this stuff. Facebook, Instagram. There's all kinds of people getting the bag because of this little turmoil.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and here's today's lesson, man. Society, don't be so pom-pomish with lame drama.
Well, it
Educate
is though, bro.
yourself. There's, you know what I mean? Come on,
Yeah, man.
bro.
This is
Really? Like this stuff is that important, like in real life, to draw billions of views? Nah, bro. It's weird. I don't know. Stay in your lane, mind your business, respect other people's opinions. If you're not vibing with somebody, don't be around that person.
convict's perspective.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
All right, YouTube, man. It's your boy Rojo, Big Flacco. Don't like touching on this stuff, but we felt we had to do this one. You know what I mean? Because of the call out.
I think we're going to touch on a lot of different topics coming up in the near future, man.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and we're going to try to stay a little bit more current on current like world issues, state issues, city issues, man. And while at the same time still do a little bit of what we've been doing, but we're trying to open this platform up bigger, man. We want to do videos with people out there in Chicago, New York, Florida, man. We want to touch on everything, man, like real issues, man, shit from a convict's perspective, man. We're trying to blow this channel up. We're seeing what all these other channels are doing. It's time for some channels on the West Coast to blow up as well. We're going to keep it moving.
No doubt, man. We'll more than likely be on a live a little bit later. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, man. We appreciate you. Think, people, think. Have a good day.